Hey, welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. I'm Liv and welcome to today's video, which is my February TBR. It's been a while since I have participated in a readathon, but I cannot help and fall back into old habits where there are so many amazing readathons happening that I want to participate in, which means I end up creating a crazy unachievable TBR for the month. So let's just say 2023 is not a new year, new me. It is new year, same old habits. So there's two readathons I'm participating in the month of February. First of all, the Heartstopper Readathon. This is created by Joss Martine. And then secondly, I am participating in the Sims Readathon. Again, this is my second time participating, I want to say, and that's created by Ashley Reads. Of course, the links for the announcement videos I will pop in the description below in case you guys want to join in too. Let's get this video started with the Heartstopper Readathon, again created by Joss Martine. I really like this readathon, it's cool. There's two ways you can do it, that's why I think it's so cool. There's a bingo board and then there's just character cards. So for the character cards, there's 3 prompts for every character. To get that character, you have to read all 3 prompts. But for the bingo board, you just have to pick 1 prompt from each character. I'm gonna go and try for a blackout, which means read a prompt from all the characters. I think there's about 9, so it's risky, but you can double up, which I definitely have in this TBR. I'm gonna try for a blackout. If I can't do a blackout, I'll just go for a bingo. I'll just go for a bingo. So, you know, worst comes to worst, I'll still pass the readathon either way probably, which, you know, is unusual for me. Let's get started with the first character in the readathon, Charlie, of course. The prompt I'm picking for Charlie is Dimples, a book that will make a dent in your TBR. You can really tell the creator of this really thought hard to make these prompts really clever, so I appreciate that. So the book I'm going for that is Mistborn Book 1, The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is a book that's been on my TBR for a while, plus it's on my self-destruct list, which I think is up in like 2 months, and I don't want to have to unhaul this. So it's time I finally face this book. I will admit I took the bookmark out. I will admit I have started this before and was enjoying it, but I can't remember what happened, so I'm going to have to start again. I think I was like almost 100 pages in as well, which makes me quite ashamed, but oh well. So the Final Empire is about these people called the Scar, and for 1,000 years they have lived in fear. There's this person called the Lord Ruler who rules with absolute power and fear. Yet hope remains. There's this uprising that's kind of starting. It's kind of run by this criminal, is he a criminal? Yeah, criminal mastermind and what they describe as a street urchin. The street urchin, I feel horrible saying that, is trying to learn the power of allomancy, which is the power of a Mistborn. There's the final line of this blurb is really what intrigues me as well. It says, what if the prophesized hero has failed to defeat the Dark Lord? So it's Brandon Sanderson, so I'm gonna like it, right? I don't know, this is my first Brandon Sanderson. I haven't heard very many people say that they don't like Brandon Sanderson, especially this one. I feel like this is one of his more popular series. So the 100-ish pages I read ages ago, I did remember enjoying. So I feel like I'm gonna like this. And by the way, sorry if I'm sweating in this video. It's literally 33 degrees here today, and my fan is so loud I had to turn it off to film this, and like I feel like I'm about to pass out. So please bear with me. So the second character I'm picking is Nick. The prompt for Nick I'm picking is Vans, a book that's been around the block, so like a TBR vet. I forgot to say as well, the Heartstopper Readathon, you can have double ups, and I will be taking advantage of this because for this prompt I will be again picking The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. You can tell this has been a TBR vet because the pages are like yellowing. I bought this in new condition and it looks like it's been read like 20 times. It's not looking in good condition, but I barely touched it. Character 3, Tal. I'm picking the film poster prompt for Tal. So read a book with an adaptation. So for that I'm going with City Bones by Cassandra Clare. This obviously has a TV adaptation, which I don't watch. I'm not really the biggest fan of. The movie adaptation I didn't mind at all. So I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I don't know, personally for me I think it's better than the series. Controversial? I don't know. The series definitely has a better Alec and Magnus. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I am doing a vlog series where I reread the Mortal Instruments and then read all the new Cassandra Clare I haven't read, so I really need to get started on that blog. I've been talking about it for ages, so that's that. For Elle's character prompt, I'm picking Apple Juice, a comfort read. City of Bones, Cassandra Clare. It is a comfort read. Lost count how many times I've read it. Next character is Alad. The prompt I'm picking for them is a microphone. Listen to an audiobook. For that I'm going with the Night Swim. This is by Megan Golden. I have started this. I think I literally got a couple of hours into the audiobook and then just didn't pick it up again. I don't know why. It's me. You never know why I do weird stuff like that, because I was really enjoying it. So the Night Swim is like, I guess you would describe it as a thriller. It's about this woman that becomes this household sensation when her true crime podcast kind of goes viral after she like finds this man to be innocent. And she's not really a public figure, and she like, no one knows what she looks like. They just really know her voice from the podcast. So then she gets like this mysterious letter left on her windshield that really like freaks her out, because how does this person know who she is? And the letter is like begging her for help. But the main character is actually investigating this different case. She's going to be covering the trial of a rape case. But the letters keep appearing from this strange person asking for help. So the person that's writing the letter is asking for help to find out what happened to her sister about 25 years ago. Officially, the police said she drowned, but the cases start to kind of connect. So that's what the book is about, I believe. I really liked the narrator when I was listening to this, and I really liked this book. I cannot tell you why I stopped reading it, but I'm really excited to get back into it and finish the audiobook. I feel like an audiobook will be nice because this TBR is crazy, and an audiobook will help, I don't know, make it a little less intimidating. Next character is Tara. For Tara, the prompt I'm picking is Hair Clips, a book you've been holding back from reading. Runa Rising by Leigh Bardugo, the third and final book in the Shadow and Bone series. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I don't like this series at all. I kind of hate it. I kind of find like it's torture to get through, and I don't know why I thought I would torture myself this month and put this on the TBR. I have put this on millions of TBRs and it continues to not be read. Well, actually, I know why I did put it on the TBR. I'm just being dramatic. So if you haven't seen my 2023 goals video, I'll pop it, I don't know, somewhere. One of my goals was that I have to read 2 sequels a month. And I couldn't think of any other sequels that fit any of the prompts, and I panicked and I picked this one. And you know what? Out of all of these books on this list, this is the least likely to be read. Next character is Darcy. For Darcy, the prompt I'm picking is Trumpet, so a book less than 300 pages. For that, I'm going with Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon Maguire. Why would it be Shannon? How is that Shannon? I can't read apparently. This is the first book in, is it the Wayward Children series? I don't know. I'm so hot. It's killing every one of my brain cells. This book I keep seeing like absolutely everywhere at the moment. I feel like everyone is doing like reading vlogs. Has one of the newer books just come out or something? I feel like everyone's reading this book at the moment. Anyway, I don't really know how to describe the plot of this book, so I'm just going to read it to you. So, children have always disappeared under the right conditions, slipping through the shadows under their bed and other ways, and emerging somewhere else. Magical lands have little need for used up miracle children. Nancy tumbled once, but now she's back. The things she's experienced, they change a person. The children under Miss West's care understand all too well, and each of them are seeking a way back to their own fantasy world. Nancy's arrival marks a change at the home. There's a darkness just around each corner, and when tragedy strikes, it's up to Nancy and her newfound schoolmates to get to the heart of things, no matter the cost. So this is like 160 pages or something, absolutely tiny. The whole series is really, really short, so I'll be interested to see if I connect with this book. I've heard people say that they want it to be longer, and I know sometimes it's hard to really connect with the story and characters when it's so short. So we'll see if I'm a fan of this. We're up to the final character, and that is Tori. Tori's prompt I'm picking is Tumblr blog. So pick a book published in the 2010s. For that, I'm going The Wife Between Us by Gree Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I believe I read The Anonymous Girls by them and didn't mind that one. I've still got the sticker on it, silly me. So I feel like this maybe is more popular than The Anonymous Girl. All I know about this is that it's about this woman who's like seen as this jealous wife because her like ex is marrying this new younger girl. So I'm hoping it's that same kind of Gone Girl, Go on the Train kind of vibe. That's all I really want to know about this book. I feel like the less you know about thrillers, the better. The last little space on the bingo board is a leaf, of course the iconic Heartstopper leaf, and that prompt is just read a book with LGBTQIA+ rep. For that I'm going Every Heart a Doorway again. It's got the little rainbow flag, which the library which indicates it is an LGBTQIA+ book. I don't know what aspect of the community, like what representation this book has, but I guess I can let you know after I've read it. I got a super duper because I'm really struggling in this heat and I'm a child. Anyway, let's move on to the Sims Readathon. Again, the Sims Readathon is created by Ashley's Reads. I'm going to be Team Goth because iconic character in The Sims. Let's start off with the team prompt. The team prompt for Team Goth is read a book featuring aliens or a non-human species, or read a book with a missing character. For this prompt I'm going with Death Note Volume 9. I don't own this, so I'll just have to borrow it from the library. Hopefully I'll be able to get it in time. If not, that would be very annoying, but it's okay, we'll figure something out. This, I guess to explain, the non-human species in this are like the Shinigami, like these, I'll pop a picture, these guys, they're definitely not human. So this is basically about this school student called Light, and Light, he finds this book like outside his school one day and it's labeled Death Note, and he discovers when you write someone's name in it, they die, and it's basically about him and him using that power, I guess. For this prompt I'm picking Death Note Volume 9. The non-human species are obviously in this one, if you know, the Shinigami. I really love this series. This is about Light, and Light's at the start of the series is a school student, and he discovers this book outside of his school that's labelled Death Note, and he discovers that when you write someone's name in it, they die. That's all I'm going to say about it. Cat and mouse game, really, really fun. Adore this series. For the second prompt, University. So read a book with a mentor or mentee relationship, or read a book in a school setting. For that I'm again going with Every Heart a Doorway. I was reading through a Goodreads list of books for school settings. This was in it, plus the blurb does say schoolmates, so I feel like this might be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to trust Goodreads. Prompt number 2 is Nightlife, a book set in a large city. For that I'm going with, again, The Wife Between Us. Apparently set in New York City. That is a very large city, so I'm going to trust Google that that's the correct setting. And yeah, prompt number 3 is Open for Business. So read a book where a main character has a job you want or have. For that I'm going with Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is set in Malibu in the 80s. It's about the River family, and if you've read any of Taylor Jenkins Reid's other historical fiction books, you know of a character called Mick River who's a rock star. He has made appearances in her other books. It's about his family, mainly his daughter Nina, who is hosting her traditional end of year party at their mansion. End of summer party, sorry, not end of year party. And I think all of their siblings kind of had their own dark kind of secrets that I guess rise their way to the surface throughout the party. Party goes a little bit wrong, I think, and the mansion ends up on fire at the end of the night. So I really like the sound of this. It sounds fun. The reason I picked it for this prompt is all of the River siblings have really cool jobs, like a model, surfer, and like photographer, and all these really fancy jobs. So those all sound like really sick jobs that I would love to have. Prompt number 4 is Pet. So read a book featuring an animal or do a pet pick. I could not help myself. I had to do a pet pick. That's so much fun. I've never done one before. Didn't go great, but here's the footage. So here's my 3 books for this pet pick. The first one, Silence of the Girls, Greek mythology retelling that I've been interested in for a while, but this is kind of like the dangerous one to put on there because I don't really have room for another book on my TBR, so I thought it'd be fun just to add a little bit of risk and put that one on there. The second one is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, obviously continuing on my reread of City of Bones with the Mortal Instruments series. And then the third one is Paper Girls Volume 2 by Brian K. Vaughan. This is the second book of the Paper Girls graphic novel series. I'm really not enjoying the series. Well, I've only read one so far, but I really kind of want this one to be picked because it's a really short graphic novel and that would be perfect for this month's TBR. Dexy, come here. Come on. Come here. Alright. I have to pick him up, but I'm going to put him down. Okay. Go, Tux. Alright, I think he's picked Silence of the Girls. I don't know if that's just because I placed him down there, but I guess it's his choice. Goodbye, Tux. Good boy. Good boy. So, yeah, there's that. Didn't go great. I still think he went to that book because that was where I placed him down. I tried coaxing him over with food, but he just got really confused and went to his bowl. Where his bowl usually sits, because I was like rattling the food. So that was really hard to film, and I feel sorry for him that I made him get up because it's 33 degrees and every time he stood up he just like plopped back down, which I don't blame him. I really feel like that too today. But the book he picked was The Silence of Girls by Pat Baker. Of course he picked this one. God damn it. Not like, god damn it, I don't want to read it, because I do really want to read this book, but I like, not this month, please, no more books. This is a story about, what's her name, Briseis. She is the bed slave to Achilles when the Trojans sail and besiege the city of Troy after Queen Helen is kidnapped. And Achilles, is the man who butchered Briseis's family, and she becomes a pawn in a menacing game between bored and frustrated warriors. In the centuries after the most famous war, history will write her off, a footnote in a bloody story scripted by vengeful men, but she has a very different tale to tell. I love Greek mythology with a feminist spin. I feel like I'm going to adore this. The cover is stunning, but I want to make this a priority, even though there's like 10 other books to compete with this month. As much as I was annoyed that Tux picked this, Tux being my cat if you didn't know, by the way, I'm kind of glad he did because I've been meaning to pick this up for a while. Prompt number 5 is season. Read a book featuring your favourite season. Again, I'm going with Malibu Rising. This is a book about an end of summer party, and summer is my favourite season. It probably doesn't sound like summer is my favourite season with how much I've been complaining in this video, but it's 33 degrees today. It is way too hot to go to the beach. Like, the second I went outside, I would be completely sunburnt. So there's no cooling off for me today other than my shitty little Kmart fan, so I'm going to complain. Prompt number 6 is a Bon Voyage. Read a book featuring a journey, trip, vacation, blah, blah, blah. For that, I'm going with The Gilded Ones by Amina Fauna. This is, I just discovered this is on my self-destruct video. Like, I couldn't remember what books I put on that list, and I do not want to unhaul this at all, just like the Final Empire. And this is also on my 23 and 23 list. I didn't realize that when I put it on there. Whatever. This, I believe, has a bit of a journey in it. Well, according to the blurb, it does. So this is about this 16-year-old girl called Decca, and she lives in fear of this blood ceremony that will determine whether or not she can get into her village and like stay there. But during the ceremony it goes wrong. Her blood turns gold, which is the color of impurity. Because her blood runs gold, she knows she will face a fate worse than death. And then this kind of mysterious woman comes to the village and offers her a ultimatum, I guess. Either stay and live out your fate, or come with me and train to be what is known as a Alakai. They're near immortals with rare gifts. So the lady's like, come train to fight the emperor in an army of girls just like her. So then they go, this is why I think it's, yeah, she journeys to the capital to train. So that counts as a journey book. And she discovers that the great walled cities of the capital have many secrets. Nothing and no one are quite what they seem, not even Decca herself. This sounds amazing. I love this cover. She's stunning. Prompt number 7 is free time. Read a book featuring hobbies. For that, I'm going with City of Bones. Chloe draws, like that's, and paints, like that's her hobby, so that was my logic behind that. The final prompt for the Sims Readathon is prompt number 8, apartment life. So read a novella or read a book under 300 pages. Again, I'm going with Every Heart a Doorway. So yeah, had the same prompt in both readathons, which was very helpful. Okay, there we have it. Those are the 11 books, if I've counted correctly, I'll be reading in both the Sims and Heartstopper readathons in February. 11 books, that's insane. But I mean, one's an audiobook, one's a manga, one's less than 200 pages, so maybe not totally, you know, impossible. Maybe I'll pleasantly surprise myself. I don't know after the reading month I've had in January though if that's possible, but you never know, you never know. I am going to go get this hair off my neck, turn my fan on, and have another Zupa Duper, I think, because I deserve it after filming in this heat. Let me know in the comments below, are you participating in any readathons in February? Have you read anything that's on my TBR for the month? What did you think of them? And if you don't want to answer those, let me know what's the first book you plan on reading in February. I'm interested to see how your TBRs are going to be as well. Thank you again for watching. As always, all of my social media links are in the description below. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Goodbye!